Okay. Well, we're going to give this a shot. Just put the boys to bed. And hopefully they stay there. So we'll see. I do need to watch out a little bit because one of my kids' rooms is right above me. And hopefully I won't wake them up and they won't question what's going on. So we'll see. I may have to leave if they start calling, but fingers crossed that's not going to happen. But so I'm picking up where I left off from earlier. This is the Lego Star Destroyer 75394, and I am on bag 12. This is actually my son's set, but he decided that he was a little bit done with this one. I actually trying to remember when he got this. I think it was for his birthday last year, and he started building it, got pretty far into it, and then got bored, wanted to move on to a different set. So, oh, hello, Mark. I really need to come up with a better position for my screen so that I can see chat a little bit easier. How are you doing? I'd say, how are you doing tonight? But I don't know where you are, so I don't know what time it is for you. I'm just building the Star Destroyer. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good. I don't know if you were here for it. It's, oh, more people. Wow. Wow. This is a lot more people than I'm used to. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, the man loves Lego. So do I. So does my son. Both my kids, actually. This is one of my son's sets. He got a little bit bored putting it together, so I was told that I was allowed to finish it. And I thought that would be fine. I have no problem finishing off the set. So I'm just picking up from bag 12. There's not much left of this one, but if there's still time at the end, there's also a Minecraft set that he's told me I could work on, so I could switch over to that if there's still some time. 20 sets in your room. You know, I did a live earlier today where I was working on this when I finished up work, and I was talking about how when I was a kid, me and my brother had Legos, and I don't know, it's all generational, because like me and my brother had them when we were younger, late 80s, early 90s, and we didn't actually have that many sets. I would have a castle, he would have a castle. I would have a pirate ship, he would have a ship. A couple different sets here and there. And we would, we'd have them, they were set up, we'd play with them, but they were all on like one bookshelf. And thinking maybe 2 things per shelf, we maybe had a total of 8 with a couple smaller pieces here and there. So maybe 10, maybe 12. And, but that was it. And that was really all we had. We didn't really keep getting more after that. And that's all we played with, and we didn't get new ones. But then I look at it now where my son was into the Sonic ones, he's into the Minecraft ones, he's into the Star Wars ones, he's into what else, Ninjago. And so now there's sets all over the house, and which I can't complain too much, but it really does take up a lot of space. And also, depending on if you are, I I'm testing out doing the horizontal and vertical stream. So depending on what view you have, I have a Death Star over in the corner, which they got me for my birthday last year, I believe. And it took me a while to finish it. I had some help. My son helped me build it for a little bit. But when I was done with it, it's like, I don't know where I'm going to put this thing. And now it's living over there, and that's really the only place that can handle it at the moment. Who else do we have in here? There's Mark and Joe. Hi, Joe. The man and Joe. Okay. I'm trying to keep track of all the different names I see. The most recent fully built set before this one. What did I do before this one? What did I finish off? It was actually the one I did just before this was one of my son's construction one. It was the heavy duty recovery tow truck with crane, which was a nice was the city set. It's got the nice crane tow truck with like a tow, like a lift, and then it comes with a dump truck. And that one was fun. That was a nice easy build to put together. Before that, the last one I did for myself was actually probably Bumblebee back here, which was one of the last ones that I kind of was upset with Lego over, not because of the set itself, but because if they keep doing Transformer sets, I might be in big trouble because my my wallet won't be able to handle it. They're really starting to hit me in a lot of the nostalgia sections, like with the Goonies. I thought I was safe because not too long ago, one of their main things they did was the that Icon's castle. And I was like, okay, that's a castle they've done. They won't be doing anything like that for a while. They dusted off the castles and brought them back, and now they're hitting all sorts of things that are stuck with me. Yours, bonsai tree. Oh, that's nice. I like a lot of those, the different, like, botanical ones or the plant ones. My wife has one that was a centerpiece that had berries on it, and you could swap out the berries to change for the different seasons. Goonies, yeah. I'm torn on my next set. I was trying to figure out if I should do for the next one I'm going to buy for myself. I have some of the Lego. They're not credits. I can't now. I'm blanking on what it is, but the like the kind of points you get, the points reward points, and I have some reward points from sets I've bought myself or for my son, or ones he's gotten as a gift, and I'm trying to figure out what to put them towards, and I'm torn between Goonies and the Black Pearl, Captain Jack Sparrow's ship, and I think I'm leaning towards Goonies, but I'm not sure yet. And now so I'm still getting used to this. So if I forget to follow up from a question you've asked, please just let me know. I'm happy to come back because 20 sets in your room. So if you've got 20 sets in your room, what other type of, you said your favorite was the bonsai. What other types of sets do you have? Are they all in that kind of theme, or does it range? Why can I not seem to find the piece that I'm looking for here? Oh, it's because it's under the microphone. Welcome on in. I guess one of my main problems for streaming has always been I've always been streaming at a not great time, I guess. I mean, I know I've seen much bigger streams, but 3 is 3 more than I usually have. What's everybody's thought on the power brick? No, smart play. Brick that they're selling. If you've seen the new information for it. I don't feel like I hate it nearly as much as people are. I don't think it's the best. Minecraft, space to warplane to violin. Oh, cool. And mini panda. Yeah, my son's Minecraft is a big one with my son. Space ones, you know, I used to talk with my one of my friends at work who was about the same age about the sets that he grew up with, and it was like the same time in the early ones that we used to have. There was castles, there was pirates, there was the like woodland guys, and there was space. And in my house we had castles, pirates, and woodland, and he had space. All he had was space. He really liked those. And space was just never one that we really had. I don't know why. We weren't really the ones in charge of what we were getting. They were all given mostly as gifts, typically at Christmas. Checking if I've got everything before I move on. And so it was really my parents that picked the stuff. And I remember we had like small sets. We had a couple small space ones, but very, very little. But space is cool ones too. When they released the was it the Icons Blacktron ship, I almost got it just to finally have one. I did think that those ones were always cool. We do have some we did have a 3-in-1 of a space shuttle, which was a fun one. My son always liked that because it had the little grabber arm. You could grab the satellites, and so he used to always like to play with that. Oh, that's cool. I'd be curious about that. Anybody who's in the chat that wants to share how they're viewing the stream, I'm just kind of curious. I set it up to do the horizontal and vertical, and I'm just curious what is getting out there the most? Where should I be focusing? This is the first time I've tried that, and I had somebody chatting earlier on my earlier stream, which I never had before, and this is the second time I've tried it, and I have some people in, so I'm just kind of curious where it's showing up. So if you can see like the Death Star over there, or if it's just the vertical stream, I'm just kind of curious. There is a lot of noise going on in my kids' room. I do apologize if I have to step away for a moment to help them get back to bed. Something seems like it's going on. My wife is in there. I think I'm missing a piece. Well, I'm missing. It's here someplace. The one downside of the lights is it kind of makes it tough to see some of them. Or did I put the wrong, or maybe, oh no, I don't need any more of those. I need one of these. Oh. I hate to do it, but I am getting, oh. Never mind. The noise was coming from the other room. And my wife is going to save the day because she knows I'm down here. I'll have to say thank you later. Hopefully he doesn't give her a hard time. Turn that down. I'm sure it's coming across. All right, let's see. Okay, 4. Now I can't find this. Where is the piece? Those are 3s. 4, right? Yeah, it's a 4. You see it, let me know. Huh. Did I? Oh, because I made a mistake back here. That's what it is. I made a mistake. I put one over here, and it wasn't supposed to be. I have a... Where did I put it? Okay, so this is supposed to be 2 by 4. There we go. And one of these now goes... Oh, but I'm missing something. Oh, I'm skipping a whole step. Oh boy. First I need this one. And there we go. And one of these. And another one of these. Oh. Yeah, I missed a bunch. Gonna skip right over this whole step. All right, good, 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 and that, and good. Okay. Nope, too far. Oh, and I wasn't staying engaging. All my friends are gone. Hello there, main Lego official. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, good night. Hello, come on in. Welcome, welcome. I've been very popular tonight compared to my other streams that had nobody. So come on in. I'm building the Lego Star Destroyer. I'm on bag 12 at the moment. And I keep getting lost. Not sure why. This one has been, for some reason, very confusing for me. I keep getting lost in the directions for some reason. Not sure why. I don't know what it is about this set that's doing that to me. But I keep getting lost and missing things, and maybe it's getting used to doing it while chatting. That's a little bit new. Are you here for chatting, or are you a fan of Lego, or both? If you're a Lego fan, oh, seems like you're gone. It's hard to tell from the stats. So please, if anyone's here, just keep saying things, and I'll see you. I'm happy to chat. Okay, this and a clear and a 2 and that and a clear and a 3 and one of these and a 2. My problem is I'm building by the picture instead of looking at the parts I need, which is exactly what I tell my son not to do. But kind of the whole point, right? I tell him not to do it so that it doesn't mess him up, and then I do it and get messed up, and then I won't learn my lesson from it. So that's fine. This doesn't seem right. Yep, that's the wrong piece. Ooh, already more people stopping in so far tonight than I usually get, so that's nice. Oops. Sorry if I'm banging the microphone. Didn't mean to. And after this, I will be moving on potentially to Minecraft if I can see. They're away. Well, I'll look for that later. I may move on to Minecraft. If I can figure out. I do apologize. I will be checking one thing for a moment. And you know what? I can't figure it out. We'll figure it out another time. Let's just go ahead and keep building. If I have time, I may move on to a Minecraft set that my son told me I would finish. And no, I feel like I've screwed up. This one, two, clear, that, clear, clear. One going the other way. Right? Then a clear. And then a 3. And a clear. Right. And and a 3. 1, 3, 1 square. Oh, all right, all in the right same area. Here, here, and where's that funky piece? Here it is. Right, and over here. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Say hi. Sure. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. I was making sure I was at the bottom of the chat and I accidentally clicked something. Don't want to accidentally click anything because it's hard enough for me to read what's over there. I need to come up with a better setup, I think. But for right now, it's working okay. All right, we need a gray piece that is this one, and a red piece that is that one. Put it on there, right? Next page. And some clears, all right. Welcome on in, welcome on in. If you are a Star Wars Lego fan, go ahead, maybe let me know what your favorite set is. I'd say of all my specific sets, my current favorite is actually probably the Death Star I have that my family got me for my birthday this past year that my son helped me build. And but I think one of the coolest ones is actually the one my son got. Hello there. Sorry, my eyes, unfortunately, very hard time. There alone. Hello. My son actually has Jabba's barge, Jabba's sail barge, which took him a very long time to build, but is pretty cool. And I do like that you can play with it. It's a set you could take down and actually play with it and move things around and kind of have fun with. Whereas I feel like sometimes the set is really only good for like putting down and setting down and just looking at. For him, I'm glad he can play with it. Sorry, if you hear any of the noise coming from the monitor, my kids have gone to bed, but they tend to be a little bit noisy. I'm hoping they're going to stay in bed. So far, my wife has already gone in to handle one of them, and hoping they're going to fall asleep soon. One of them, I think, might be out. All right. pieces. 2 pieces in that one. Yep. Okay. And over on the next one. How was everybody's day today? You don't have to go into detail. Just, it was a good day, not great day. I feel like I'm missing a piece. Oh no, not again. Oh, there it is. I had an okay day. I'm glad it's Friday. Been trying to track down an issue at work that's been driving me crazy. And I was no closer at the end of today than I was at the start of Wednesday, which is really annoying. But that's what happens. So I'm glad that I can just kind of build some Legos and relax. Yep, that's the right spot. Right. I do like this. This is kind of a neat. I like that kind of fit to this. Oh, and here comes the blaster piece that comes in here. I always like the little icon that's like, don't shoot it at people's faces. And where does this line up? Right here. Okay. Oh, I see. You probably line it in and then can use that. That'll be cool. All right, what's the next bit in here? Okay, over here. One of these. And a flat piece right. Oh, where? What? That's behind it, right? I think so. Yes, I think that's an angle. It looked like there was a piece next to it, and I got very confused. I thought I missed another whole step. This piece here. And another piece over here. If you already have, thank you, but feel free, if you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe. Liking really will just help me out. Subscribing makes me feel better. This piece, that, and that. Yep. All right. Step 349. It is amazing from what I've seen how much having people in the stream liking really gets things moving. It's kind of funny. I mean, it makes sense. Makes total sense, but so any bit you can do would help me out. Sorry for banging into the microphone. I'm still getting used to this. On my earlier stream today, I was talking about my opinions a little bit on the, what do they call it? Smart Play brick. I feel like I don't have the same hate for it that I think other people do. I do think they made a mistake. I don't think, I feel like this is the wrong piece. This is the wrong piece? No, it's the right piece. I feel like they made a mistake picking, hold on. Sorry, a little tickle. I think they did make a mistake going with Star Wars for it, because I think anyone who's a Star Wars fan is going to want the classic, iconic, real from the movies sound effects, and they're not going to get that. Like I saw a short from somebody, another content creator that put a short out that was the Cantina Band, and showing off the Cantina Band and putting the brick on the band, and it's moving back and forth, and it was playing music. It's like, but it's not playing the music from Star Wars. And I think anyone else is going to be kind of upset that it doesn't do what they were expecting it to do. I think they would have been better off choosing. Hello, Ren. And Sky Evil Hello. I think they made a mistake going with Star Wars. I think they would have been better off picking a generic sound effect thing. I think the technology is cool. I saw I saw different things with different bricks recognizing one another and different cool things that they can do. I think the future of it is kind of neat. I think they're very expensive. And I think Star Wars was a poor choice to start off with. But we'll see. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, to me it's tonight. I mean, don't know when it is for you. You in the middle of your day? You have a good day? My day's just about ending. I'm keeping an eye on the one child who's supposed to be going to sleep, who doesn't appear to be going to sleep. And I'm afraid he's going to call for me any moment. But if I wait till he's asleep, I'll never get a chance to stream. So, I'm just hoping. And what happens here? Okay, and then this goes this way? Nope, here. Goes over here. There's a vent piece here. And this piece on here. All right. Next step. Not much book left. We're getting close. Unfortunately, I gotta move. My leg's falling asleep in this chair. There we go. Hey. In fact, actually, this bag's almost done. Wonder how many bags are left. I might only... looks like 2. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on these names that come in case I start getting any repeat visitors to my streams. That'd be cool. Oh. And I've lost people again. That's all right. We're hanging out. We're chatting. Because honestly, I'm happy with this. It's been going better than I had expected. These are extra pieces. Put them over in my extra piece pile. Next page. Oh, bag 13. Now, I didn't do anything with this yet, right? Okay, so my guess is I build the other side to this and then put it on there. But this is what it looks like. This is up to bag 13. This was from bag 12. I think this is all from bag 12. So grab bag 13. There it is, 13. And then I see one bag left in the box. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Building the Lego Star Destroyer. Is actually my son's Lego set, but he got bored around bag 10, I think, and I took over. He allowed me to finish it for him. I reluctantly agreed to build a Star Wars Lego set. Oh, clear piece hiding in there. All right. So my guess is I'm doing the same thing as that one, just almost mirror. So this one might take a little bit of time. Spread these out a little. And just hope that I don't drop any on the floor, because finding them here in this room will be a nightmare. All right, my guy, lay down. Looks, I'm thinking one of my kids is out and the other one is not. If I do have to run off, I apologize. At least this one is usually pretty good about getting back into bed. All right, where is that piece? Oh, there it is. The mic arm was blocking it. If you're in the chat and everything's looking good and everything's sounding good, you don't really want to talk, that's fine. You want to just throw in a, I don't know, a good in the chat, or something. Let me know everything seems like it's all right. This is probably the second. This is the second stream where I've actually had some people in here, so it would be good to know that camera's working well, sound is coming across okay. Just getting a little feedback would be nice. But if you're also just here to hang out, all good. I know it's pardon me. I'm gonna need to make sure to bring water down next time. Sorry. I don't mean to cough directly into the microphone. Yep, that's right. Black smooth piece. Ah, there it is. Oh, hello there. Star Wars fan here, 22. How are you doing? As a Star Wars fan, I actually, my wife got me this shirt for our latest trip to Disney World. And I wasn't thinking when I wore it into Galaxy's Edge, walking through with my family. Everything going fine. And as I'm heading out, the stormtroopers stopped me because, of course, I'm wearing a shirt with X-Wings all over it. Is that the 2024 one? I don't know for sure, but I believe so. I'm pretty positive it is. We got it for my son for his birthday, I think last year, so it probably is. Just a Star Wars fan. I'm doing very well. It's a very encouraging night so far. This is probably the most I've had anyone come into the chat before. I'm excited about that. It was an okay day. Work was a little bit of a pain, but that's why I'm streaming, building Lego, and hanging out with people. Yeah, this one, yeah, it's the 2024 one, I'm pretty sure. It's, I can't remember if I said it's my son's. He's, he got bored around bag 9 or 10 and told me I could finish it if I wanted to. And so I said, oh, okay, well, if I have to. Oh, thank you very much, Star Wars fan. You know what do I see people do usually on these things? And then they give like the little like emote things. I can't remember which. I know one of the other streamers that I watch does that. Yes, that one is the yes, that is, I believe that's the 2016. My family got that for me. Actually, they got it for me for my birthday. I believe just before the new one was released. Um, they were trying to figure out what to get me for my birthday, and I think my son was the one that sort of steered them towards a Death Star, partially because I think he wanted one too. But that's fine. I didn't have any problem with that. He got bored of it very quickly because of how much like base you have to really start to build with at the bottom. You're building a lot of structure, and I think he likes to build all the detail stuff. So when I was building a lot of structure, he got a little bored. He helped me for a long time, and then he was like, "Yeah, you know what, Dad, you can keep doing this." Of course, then when it was like almost done, he was upset that he wasn't around for it. 18 Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. I think I can picture that. I think I'd have to look it up specifically which one. What was my first Lego Star Wars set? First Lego Star Wars. Um, Actually, I think my first Star Wars set was probably from from the sequel movies. I don't remember specifically which one it was. There was the set that had Rey and Kylo Ren, and the set would like split, and the trees could like knock down and stuff. That was, I think, one of the first Star Wars sets I got, and then many of them came after that. And that was not too long ago, I don't think. Oh, actually, no, that was probably a while ago. That was before my son was really building Lego. Yeah, I did like that one with the way the like the trees could knock down and the whole thing could split. That was kind of a cool thing to be able to um have it be from like the movie type of a thing and move the pieces around. How long have I been collecting? Not very well. It depends. Um, I would say not very long, because it really has been since my son got back into it that I've been getting more sets. I said on stream earlier that when I was younger, me and my brother had Lego sets that my parents had got us for like different Christmases, and I would get a castle and he would get a castle. I would get a pirate ship and he would get a ship, and then through a couple of the different sets. But then we had maybe a 4 or 5 shelf bookcase that had our sets on it, and it didn't hold very many. And that's like all we had. We didn't really get more sets after that. And for a very long time, that was it. We didn't get anything else. It wasn't until my son actually started digging through the Lego pieces that my mom said, "You know what? I want these out of my house. You take them to your house." And so I had the idea of, oh, okay, well, bit by bit, I'll rebuild my sets. And so I started off with some of the castles, and I was rebuilding them, and then he wanted to play with them. And after that was when we started buying brand new ones. And we've been going through all the different kind of IPs, mostly based on what he was interested in. Some of the ones I would get, and he would do like the Star Wars one. But then he would enjoy those, and then we would do the Minecraft ones and Mario ones. The Star Destroyer, yeah. This one's been fun so far. I like it. The one thing I cannot figure out, and maybe it's just the pieces, is this side seems super loose and wobbly, and I cannot figure out where this one is nice and like it. Like I move it, I fold it, I put it in place, and it stays. This one like feels like if I touch it, it's just gonna fall right off. And I don't know. Not that he did anything wrong, but my son built this side, and I built this side, which might have nothing to do with it. But Who knows? But I don't know, I can't remember who was on when we were talking about it. One of the biggest sets that we have is actually my son's, that he wanted for Christmas last year. I think it was last year. He really, really, really wanted Jabba's barge. And it was kind of like, that's going to be like the only thing you're getting if you want that. And and he wanted it, and that's what he got. And it took him a long time to finish it. But I will say it's really, I like being able to play with it. The only thing I don't like about it is in by Jabba, there's like the spot where he would be, where he's got like the little microphone piece. That whole like edge piece is constantly falling off. Everything else like is pretty stable. Hello there, welcome on in. You had the same problem with it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just seems like that side, it's almost like that side got like greased up or something. It just slips so much. But once it's on there on top, it seems like it's okay. Welcome on in. We're talking Lego sets and Star Wars. Candy for Christmas? Yeah, one of my kids thinks he likes candy. Like he's constantly picking the different things, and then he has like a couple pieces, and then he's like I just really think he's actually not the sweets kid that he thinks he is. The other one, sweet tooth all the way. It's like you have to watch him because he'll just go to town on it. So I know you're a Star Wars fan. Do you have any other Lego sets, or is it just strictly Star Wars? If I do, depending on how much time I have, if I do finish this with enough time left, just Star Wars. I do have a Minecraft set that my son said I was allowed to build for him, which is funny because he just got it. He wanted it. We gave it to him for his birthday, and he got a little bit into it, and he was like, yeah, I'm done. To be honest, I think he's a little Legoed out. He kept thinking he really wanted it and really liked it, and he does. He enjoys it, but I think he's been building it so much that he really just wants to move on and do something else for a while, and then he'll come back around to it. Oh, which actually, now that I can't remember, I know you had asked. Okay. Um, what's the biggest set that you have? Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader set. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader. I actually don't know if I know that one. Although I've looked through the books many times. Wow. How have I was retired? Okay. Huh. That one looks cool. Is the Star Destroyer should be. Yeah, I do. I feel like as much as I like building some of the bigger sets, you start to run into problems finding places for them. I don't have much space for the bigger ones. The sorry if you can hear my son on the monitor. We Jabba's barge is currently living up in our family room on our nice built-ins that we had done, much to probably my where my wife's probably not thrilled about it, but I don't know what he's saying. She's probably not thrilled that it's on there. Started collecting 6 months ago. Oh, cool. Is that the 2014 one? I believe it is. Oh no, 2014. No, I don't think so. I think it's the 2024. Let me, you know what? Let's see if we can figure this out. Which one? Number. Oh, whoa. Sorry about that. 75394. It all depends on who bought it for my son for Christmas. His birthday, I mean. No, yeah, it must be later because it's still available. It says it's back order. Imperial Star Destroyer. Yeah, 2024. Okay. Oh no, this one was a hard. For some reason, I had a hard time finding this other piece. Hey, found it right away this time. This one was a hard one to find when I was building the other side of it for some reason. Most expensive set? I would say of the ones that we the most expensive set is probably Jabba's barge. The other one that could potentially have been more would have been the Death Star, but we did not get that. I think my parents were the one that actually got it, and I don't know where they got it from. And they have a tendency to buy things on eBay. We tried to set the precedent with my son that if there was a set that he wanted that was retired and no longer available, we couldn't get it. It just that's what it meant. It was gone. It was not going to be around anymore. You couldn't get it. And then my parents came along and started buying retired sets off eBay, and so that went out the window. But that's what grandparents are supposed to do, I guess, huh? So I don't know, that the Death Star could have been more expensive, but the one I know that was the most expensive one that we got was Jabba's barge. Which is why it was like the only Lego he was getting that year. You know, I don't hate them as much as I feel like some of the other content creators do. I understand where a lot of the like hate is coming from. I do think Lego made some mistakes with it. For starters, I think, well, I guess there's a lot of places to start with it, but I think they took a very expensive add-on and added it to one of the most expensive sets and IPs that they have, which makes the sticker shock on some of those pre-order sets just crazy. I then think they made a mistake by... I understand why they picked Star Wars. Star Wars is popular. Star Wars will... I mean, you're going to get people that are going to want to get Star Wars no matter what. But the bricks not making the classic sounds that you want from Star Wars, and like quotes and voices and things for the characters that are going to interact, I think they made a mistake there. I think as much as it would make sense to somebody like in a boardroom trying to come up with what they should go with and say, hey, stick it on Star Wars. We're going to get the most visibility from that, and people are going to buy into it for that. It like you could put it on the ships and they'll make like the pew pew laser sounds. Yeah, but none of it sounds... the Star Wars fans that want that, if they're aren't going to get what they want. And I can see it. I talked with my wife about it, that I feel like when I was a kid and you'd see a commercial for a toy, or you'd see an ad in a magazine for a toy, or in the paper or something, and you'd go to your parents and say, oh, I want this, it's so cool, look at all this stuff it does, and your parents tried to warn you, it doesn't do that. That's just a commercial. It won't actually do that when you get it. You're like, no, yeah, it does. See, I saw it. And then you get it and it doesn't, and they're like, I tried to warn you. That's what it feels like, because like they showed that video at CES of the kids playing with it, and you had Darth Vader doing lines, and you had the Stormtrooper lines, and you had music and things. Like, none of that's going to come through. I mean, I even thought it was even more ridiculous than on one of the like videos of the hands-on that I saw from another channel that had it with the putting the brick on the Cantina band, and then it was just playing like generic like music as it was going, and like as they slowed it down, it's played slower, and they sped it up and it played faster. It's like, but it wasn't the Cantina band music from Star Wars. It was just generic like music. It's like, that's not what the person that gets it for Star Wars is going to be looking for. But I think they would have been better off. I think the technology is cool, and I think they might be able to come up with some cool things to do with it. I think they kind of picked the wrong thing to add it on to. I think they would have been better off picking something else. Like what would I see? I saw something about... I couldn't listen to it, but I saw a recent one where they had like... It looked like ducks and a goose, and like they were noticing what was there and what was looking at what and everything. I think that is cool stuff that they could come up with some really neat interaction stuff to do with. I think the way they've implemented it so far doesn't really work. But we'll see. Maybe they'll figure that out and they'll come out with something neat for it. I also feel like I'm always a little bit skeptical of the stuff when they come out too, because I did get a lot of the Lego Dimensions stuff for Wii U a long time ago, and I actually didn't like that when that game was getting ready to shut down. And up until that point, I'd always like 100%ed. Oh, see, just a Star Wars fan. Glad you came through. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great night. When I had Lego Dimensions and that was getting ready to shut down, they I up until that point I had, I think, completed all the Lego games I had bought, and but they had introduced like different bugs that you couldn't. And then when the game was shutting down and they weren't going to fix them, it was just like, all right, well, I guess I'm done with you guys. It took me a long time before I bought the Skywalker Saga for the Switch. Smartbricks was a cool concept, just executed poorly. I agree. I feel like it's getting so much extreme hate from some people, and I don't agree with that. I do think that it's cool, it's neat technology. I think they could definitely do some fun, cool stuff with it. I think they just, yeah, they didn't execute it right. Hopefully they'll realize that and they'll be able to turn it around and figure something out. Because I mean, some of the stuff they were showing of how you did things sounded pretty neat. It almost sounds more like coming up with ways to have like up until this point they were talking about imaginative play, like, oh, it's doing like sounds as you're playing. But I wonder if maybe they'd be better off having it do did I screw something up here? No, I think that's all right. Oh, I am missing a piece though. Okay. I think they'd almost be better off having it do almost like games where it's like, okay, if you're playing and it's making noises, but if you use it to play a type of game, then maybe it makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, then I think you don't need it to be Star Wars. You can have it be just about any other type of a set. In fact, maybe it makes more sense to have it just be part of like City more than Star Wars. But I'll be curious to see where it goes. It is kind of it's neat. Almost. You know, I think that would make sense. I feel like I don't know what it was. Going into the holidays, I was paying attention to a lot. Is it but then ever since the holidays, I've just kind of like, there was like so much that released for January 1st that it's been like overload, and I've tuned out just about everything. The only reason I even probably noticed about the smart bricks is because of the other channels that I already follow were posting things up about it, so I kind of couldn't help but see it. But yeah, I'll be curious to see what they do for May the 4th and what's gonna come out. But yeah, I think they'd be smart to have it be Mandalorian. Prequel UCS sets. You know, I really don't know. I think yeah, I think that there's definitely I can't speak to it as much. I think I've never been one to focus on certain types of sets. I do know that they're big. Like they're popular. Like people like the UCS. But I guess personally I don't know. Here's this. Did I find that other one? I do appreciate everybody coming in and chatting and asking questions. Definitely a way to keep things going. I'm glad. Hello there, Purple Banana. Which is not something I thought I was going to be saying tonight. But hello. Welcome on in. We're just hanging out and talking Star Wars. And Star Wars Lego. And am I screwing up this piece? I don't know. I've said this before on stream. I don't know what is going on. I feel like somehow this set is like confusing me. I don't know if it's because I'm also trying to watch the chat at the same time or something. I don't know. It's just been extra confusing for some reason. Okay, that seems right. Oh my goodness. Kid is still awake. Dude. It's late. Go to sleep. Luckily, he seems to have only called the one time, and my wife went in. Purple clones. I think that would be cool. I think he turned off his own light. And he's getting back into bed. That's a good sign. One clone tank set. I don't know if I know that one. Oh, something's hanging up here. I did something wrong? Oh, no. Oh, that's because I didn't line it up properly like before. Yep. That's right. That one goes that way and that way. Okay. All right, is this all correct? Yes, it is. Moving on. Which set is that? I don't know if I know that one. Which, admittedly, I don't know all the sets. I am definitely not as versed as many of the other people out there. But I do enjoy them. I enjoy this. Where am I putting this? Yeah, right here. Oh, I almost screwed that up. Down one. Oh, if we're lucky, sometimes my son will kind of like hum the Imperial March when he's trying to get himself to sleep. Oh no, I lost everybody. Maybe I shouldn't have admitted that I'm not as up on everything. Oh well. It's getting late anyway. Well, all my Star Wars friends who are in here are going to miss the Imperial March if he starts humming it trying to get to sleep. Oh, I'll have to check again when people... If you're in there. Pardon me. If you are in the chat, I am still curious. I've been streaming. I'm testing out the stream of the horizontal and vertical, and I am curious how you're watching. Oh, maybe I could have it be like an H or a V. If you are in the chat and you're watching horizontal or vertical, throw an H or V in there to let me know. Kind of like, are you seeing full screen or just the vertical, like the shorts? Just kind of curious, because I have a lot more activity tonight than I've ever had, which could just be the way it worked tonight. But I'm curious where everybody's coming from. Welcome on in. We're just chatting some Lego. We've been chatting mostly about Star Wars. And why can I not figure... Oh, because it's backwards. That's why I can't figure out where this piece goes. Not looking at the right spot is why. There, flip it back over, turn it around. Maybe that's why there's so many weird jagged directions on this one that I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah, I'm already mixed up. I'm mixed up again already. What's going on here? Right here. Okay, right here. I don't know why this one's giving me such a hard time. Right. And that's that part, right? And now this one and one of these go right here. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Well, time to build the turrets, okay. Wait, on this first one, I don't know why they have that. This first one uses the L, or the elbow, or the angle. Oh, and you're gone. And the others don't. Do, 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 do. And here. Might have to check to see what that last bag looks like. Don't know if I'm going to be able to finish tonight. Thought I would, but maybe I... Alright, where is that piece hiding? Oh, because it's a clear one, isn't it? Oh, no, this says it's a black one. Oh, there it is. Couldn't see it in the light. Oh, no. And this on this side, and then he's on top here. And this one goes right here. All right, now I build 3 that are that style. So let's just take this and this and this and one and this piece. And we're going to go ahead and put a square 1, 2, and 3 top. Does seem like, you know what, and maybe that's part of it. This has been a more popular stream than my others. This is also, I think, the... Did I do a Star Wars one before this? I'm actually not sure. I'd have to go back and look. This might be my first Star Wars one. So, that could very possibly be it. I do know Star Wars is super popular. Oh, welcome on in. I'm just building the Star Destroyer. I'm surprised I haven't accidentally called it the Death Star. I always seem to do that at home for some reason. Like, I know Star is in the name for both of them, but not the same thing. And we'll see. What I'm planning to do is I'm going to get to the end of this bag. And we're going to see how many people we've got. And if we've got enough people in here, then maybe I'll keep going. And finish off the set. Go. And go. Hey. I know, I do really like that. I think that's cool. Now, I swear... I think that one's moving a lot farther than this one did. Yeah, something's... Oh no. I think something's wrong with this one. This one only moves a little bit. Oh boy. I've made a mistake somewhere, because this one moves a lot more. Which means this one's probably wrong. What's the easiest way for me to get in there without totally destroying this? Oh no. Here we go. I made some mistake in here. Let's try to see if I can take it off in chunks and not completely destroy it. Get in here. Oh, all right. Can I get that separated? Okay. If I can get this one. All right. Now what's going on here? Maybe I can compare it and just attach it back. You know, that is moving pretty nice. So why wasn't it working in here? Oh. Maybe something was just stuck somewhere? Because now I feel like it's moving better. See if we can... Oh, something's not lined up. But wait a minute, that has to be where it was. How does this work? Is that where the whole problem was? Because this has to be in here on that. So this has to be in there. But then that doesn't make any sense for this piece here. Oh no. All right. Before I push that together, I'm going to go back to... Oh no, that's the way it looks. That's right. Okay. Go back to the beginning, just at the page before page 13. No, okay, it does look like that. All right. Right. Let me... Yeah, so that's moving. All right, let's get this all squished back together. Oh, it's all jammed again. Why is it jammed? So maybe the other one's moving smooth just because it doesn't have the pieces up on top? Okay, maybe that's all it is. Did those... Turn it around. Clear one and this L. Well, if everybody's still here, it looks like I got a couple people in here. I mean, I still have some pieces to go. Oh, you know what? I bet... Okay, we'll see how everything's going. If I have enough people, I'll keep going and finish it off. I have one bag left after this. So we'll see. Feel free to chat about any of your favorite Lego. Biggest set, most expensive set, or just hang out. All good. We're just chatting. Only one bag left? Yeah, right now I've got one bag left for this Star Destroyer. I'm doing bag 13, bag 14 is it. It is getting late, but if there's enough people hanging out, then I'll push through. This piece over here, although we'll have to see, because I don't know, this, for whatever reason, I am struggling tonight. These pieces, the pictures just seem to like not make sense for some reason. I'm getting them all turned around. I'm skipping steps, I'm missing steps. So it's making it more difficult than usual for some reason. I don't know why, it just is. Like I can't keep the direction of the pieces in my head. And so as I'm spinning things around, it's like rechecking where pieces are supposed to be going. So, I don't know. So far, this part's going all right, though. Dylan Bricks. Good to see you. Welcome. If you're in the chat, I am kind of curious. I'm streaming horizontal and vertical using that new setting from YouTube. So I am kind of curious how you're seeing the video. If you're seeing it the horizontal, full like wide screen, or if you're seeing it vertical. If you can see the Death Star in the corner, then you're seeing the horizontal. Struggle bus is real sometimes. Sometimes it really is. And I don't know why it's so bad today. It's just this one. You know, honestly, I feel like ever since like the holidays, my brain has just not been operating at 100%. Vertical feed. Okay, thanks. I feel like I do know that seems to be where you get a lot more kind of like discoverability. So that's not too surprising. But it's good to know. I want to know how to focus. If I get more people that come in through that, then I want to make sure that I organize so that the view is better for you. That's why I tried to have everything kind of more set a little bit directly in front of me anyway, to try to help for that. So if anybody was coming in for vertical, they'd be able to see as much as they can. Which actually, I guess now that I think about it, that answers my question for some of the other people, because I do know some people were asking about the Death Star in the corner, which you would only see on the horizontal. I'm just using my phone while I wait. All good. I know what that's like. Okay. Here and that one like that. Attach one. It's like lining it up. It's like, what? Why is it so difficult to figure this part out? Here we go. Like that. Yes. All right. Whew. Okay, and then comes across behind here to there. All right. Okay. Makes me think this must be an X guessing. Either that or I missed something somewhere, which is also possible. All right. Well, I think that's good enough. I've got, it looks like, according to this, 3 people. So as long as I've got some people that are interested, then we'll keep going. We've got bag 14, the last bag. Oh, do I build Star Wars only? I do not. So far, I have found. Sorry, my son is singing himself to sleep. I don't only do Star Wars. I have done some other. Although actually, now to think about it, one of my other live streams that I started off with was the Dark Falcon a while back, but not only I think I did one that was the Transformers. I've got like the Bumblebee. I actually also have Optimus Prime and Soundwave still in their boxes for another day. I've got the older Back to the Future DeLorean to build at some point. So I've got a mix. Now it's time to build Cal. Do you collect Legos? Or are you just hanging out, checking it out? Okay, and where is your lightsaber, Cal? You need your light. Piece. There it is. And, oh, and all. Do you stick with Star Wars, or do you do all sorts of different types? Although I guess probably if you're doing alt, it's probably all sorts of stuff. Which maybe I'm wrong. I take that to mean like not Lego brand, like other like brick systems. Don't do a lot of Star Wars anymore. Yeah, we mostly got back into it because my son started playing the Lego Star Wars game on the Switch, and after that he got into all sorts of different Star Wars stuff. So we were getting a lot. Dragon Knights was your first Lego. I've talked about it before. I'm a sucker for castles and pirates. It's what I grew up with. So anytime a good castle comes out or a pirate ship comes out that just hits me in the nostalgia, and it's hard for me to say no. I have a bunch. I actually have one of the the pirate ships only partially built behind me, because finding the pieces in the giant bin of all my Legos from when I was a kid is just really difficult to find all those pieces. And many of them, as we find them, get broken. Like a lot of the cannon like flaps snap off on the corners. A lot of flags didn't make it. A lot of spears and swords got chewed from a much younger me from many years ago. Which way am I looking at this thing? Am I looking at the wrong? Oh, that's the piece. Yeah, right now my son started off with Star Wars, so I was getting a bunch of Star Wars, and then he kind of moved on to Minecraft, then off of Minecraft to Ninjago, then back to Minecraft, then on to Mario, and now he's mostly going back to Minecraft, but then he's really into Ninjago again now. I just hope he doesn't see that the new like city a good train. Yeah, I've considered getting like a train for um my kids. When I was younger, I had a Playmobil train that my kids love to play with, and my kids also, we occasionally would set up my grandfather's old Lionel trains, and my kids like those too, but those things were such a pain to set up. I was considering getting trains that were Lego, because I thought, okay, they like Lego, they like trains, maybe that would be a good middle ground, and it would be something that would be easier to like build and put up and take down and let them play with. I looked into it and then never found anything I really wanted to get, and then they kind of got bored with trains for a little bit too. But the trains are always cool. Smart brick train. Oh, and honestly, I feel like it depends. If it's an actual like a train with smart bricks technology in it, I think that's a better idea than what they did with Star Wars. I think they picked the wrong thing. Like, I don't want a Cantina band that just makes sounds like a band. I want to hear the Cantina band music from Star Wars, which I get it. They're trying to make it so that it works for all sorts of things. But it's like I think it would be. I think that smart brick would have been better used elsewhere. Like I feel like they came up with a cool technology, that they had an interesting idea, and they said, let's slap it into our like biggest one of our IPs and see what we can do with it. And I think, I don't know, I don't think it meshes as well as they think it will. And I know it definitely feels like it's more for kids, but I think kids that are into it, that are into Star Wars, are still going to want it to sound like Star Wars. I don't think it's just adult fans that would want that. I know if I was a kid that was getting something that was supposed to make my Legos make sounds like the Star Wars sounds, I'd want it to sound like Star Wars. So I don't know. I feel like some of the few sounds you get that was the closest from what I remember seeing was like the Imperial March was cool. I mean, it sounds like it's coming from a toy that doesn't sound exactly like it's like John Williams. All right, fine. I'll buy that. That's fine. And the lightsabers sound pretty close. Like close enough for a toy. But I think I don't hate it as much as some of the other people are hating it. But I definitely think they made a mistake, I think. But I think they'll also figure that out eventually. Someone will come up with a better way to use it. Game of bricks sounds, bricks, and put custom sound files into my sets already. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll have to look into that. That I think would be a cooler way to do it. I do feel like they're trying to get around a limitation of having to have certain sounds for certain things. They want something that can just make whatever it needs to make and not have to worry about it, which I get. But I think when it comes to specific IPs, that doesn't work as well. But we'll see. See where they go with it and what they do. Oh, that's that's why this piece looks odd. It's not just a regular one. It's got that edge on it. All right. I mean, we're not totally almost done, but we're getting there. Add all those pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Now on down to here. Right, and thank you everyone who's sticking around for finishing this off. I'll have to see what I'm gonna build next. It won't be tonight, but I'm happy people have come out and checked it out. Okay, I feel like I screwed it up. A clear and a 2 and a thing and a 3 and a clear. Okay, no, I didn't screw it up. I just got lost like I have the whole time. Go. And then it's 2. And then a clear. Hello there, the Shadow Hunter. How you doing? Did you have a good day today? We're getting very close to the end, I think. He's going to win the Super Bowl. No idea. Honestly, I barely even keep up. Unfortunately, I don't get as much time to watch as I used to. I'm very jealous of the neighbors across the street who somehow ended up with 2 kids that were super into sports and watch all the time. I did not end up like that. So I usually only get to watch a little bit of football. But then I try to remember back to when I was a kid, and I actually wasn't a big fan watching for a long time either. I honestly, I don't think I really cared about football until probably almost college. Right. Oops, sorry. Still getting used to the microphone. All right, how's this piece going on here? We've got a 4. I did it again, sorry. Where's the 4? There it is. 4 and 2 of these. And then this here. I was given the okay to build this for my son, and something tells me when he sees that it's done, he's going to be annoyed that I did it. But just the way it goes. And now this piece with, and here, here. Oh, I think everyone's finally asleep. Where does this go? It goes over there. So I need the square, 3, this piece. Go here, square here, here. Okay. Now, oh, and now the kind of blaster. Here. And one here. Little red on it here. There. You're getting close. We're almost done. Now, clear, gray, clear. Here. And then 3. There it is. Right behind it. Now this one here. And here. Where? Oh, did I? Oh, see, this one is still so much smoother than the other side. I don't know why. Like with everything pushed down, that one still moves nice. This one is like all chunky. But it was fine when it was open. I don't know why one is so... Something must be hitting somewhere. These aren't smushed flat enough? No, that's not it. I don't know. Okay. Oh. I got a piece. This one. Right here. And this one in here. And then the double square. And I need to build this. All right, that's the blue one. This. Add 2. I know, yeah, right? It's like you'll have it. Like I know when I was putting together the Dark Falcon, one of the flaps on the top just wasn't closing quite right. And it took a long time to try to find where it was like hitting something that was making it not line up properly. And that's the way I feel about this too. It's like there's something that's hitting somewhere. Because when I took it apart, I thought I had something wrong. So I took it apart and it was sliding fine. And then once I closed it back up, it was having a problem again. So yeah, something's hitting and like grinding somewhere, but I can't figure out what the problem is. Okay. Yeah. Put the blue one. There it is. And now this, and then what was the other piece? this one to this. Here. No. Oh, yes. No? Where's that lining up? Yeah, that's where. Okay. Now the 3. No, that's the 3 that's there. This with this piece under here. This vent goes up there. Here. Now down here we've got this one. Running out of pieces. Oh, there we go. Here. Put them together. Let me see if I can take one quick look and see if I can figure out. I wonder if I could pop off one of the turrets and kind of just check them almost like one at a time. That could be a mistake. Oh, it's that last one. What is up with that last one? He's not in right? Because now it's moving fine. It was that very last one. Something about this last one wasn't sitting right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, no, it's the same on this side. Yeah, now it's all stuck again. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what it is about that one that's causing the problem, but that's it. I'll worry about that another time. Now we click these guys together. Put it. Like that. And I am. Why do I feel like. I don't know that I should be having this as an extra piece. Ah, up there. I'm missing some. Skip this piece somewhere. Skip the step. And this. And this. That's better. At least they were easy to find. I will not be firing these off. This is not a room to be doing that in. I will lose them immediately and never see them again. But that's it. And that's the build. Don't know that I have everybody. No, in fact, I know I don't, because so it came with everybody. All right, come out of there. And I've got this guy, this one here. And I've got the Stormtrooper. Okay. And Cal. Darth Vader is missing because Darth Vader is the coolest one that came with it. And so I'm sure that my son took him to be added to a collection of minifigs somewhere else in the house. That's kind of what happens when these get partially built and then I take over, is that I don't know where anything ends up anymore. And eventually I'll find it. We have many Darth Vaders all over the place. So, oops, and I'm tipping the guys over. I will say the thing that I thought was completely wrong. I was sure when me and my son were building this at the beginning that this was going to be something for, I don't know, which maybe it would be if you were going to have it up above. We were sure that was going to be something that was going to come all the way through, but I think maybe that's just for a height support that'll help it like roll as it goes together so that it can stay together like that. But overall, I feel like it does feel like it's pretty stable, which is nice. I don't feel like I have to be too careful holding it and moving it. It's a nice build, solid build, it feels like. I feel like they did a pretty good job making sure that everything got supported as you put it together. And it looks pretty nice. I'm glad I got a chance to finish it off. Now, if only I could figure out what is wrong with this one here. I know it's this one. I'm not sure what about it is the problem. This one looks exactly the same, but for some reason this side works fine and this side gets hooked on that guy. But don't know, and I'm not going to figure it out right now. I think that's where I'm going to call it for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you do like what you saw and you're enjoying the stream, please do like and subscribe so that you'll be able to find me the next time. Phil and Bricks, you too, you do have a blessed day as well. If you've got more of your day, I hope you have a great rest of your day. If it's late for you and you're calling it a night, then have a good night. And I hope I will see you next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it.